I spent so much time being stupid and wasting it on girls or drugs or money or alcohol. Like, those are things that I've wasted my time on instead of trying to make an actual difference.
I'm begging you to see that if you were to just let go, all of the things that you're terrified of and all of the things that bring you pain and all of the things that have been a tragedy in your life will become something beautiful. You let go of that coin and you let God hold on to you, and you will become a different person. We all hide things in our closet, and this channel is about pulling those things out of the dark and facing them.
What's up, guys? My name is Pastor Jordan. Today I'm reacting to another video by Dax. And if you didn't know, me and Dax we're real close. We're best friends, pretty much. And I don't know, I think he mentioned that I'm his pastor or something on Instagram. I'll put it in the, yeah, you'll see it. But yeah, we're like best friends now, so just kidding. But I think it's really awesome that Dax reaches out to his fans and he appreciates people who react to his music and who have conversations about the messages that he's putting out, and I respect that a lot. And so today I'm reacting to My Last Words, and my friend Timothy actually suggested it to me and said that it's really good and it has a powerful message. Alright, so let's get going.
What would your last words be if someone put a gun to your head and said you had 2 minutes before they shoot? Here are mine. Wish I could go and revisit the evil I did through the course of my life. Wish I could go back in time, take the wrongs that I did and reverse them to right. Wish I could take all the pain, the hurt, the struggle and keep them inside. Wish I could say that I'm sorry to people I broke even before that I died. Wish I could go back in time, tell my father I didn't really mean it. Wish I could go tell my mom that I loved her and all of this money I got, I don't need it. Wish I could go to the church and have talks with the Lord in an effort to conquer my demons. I'm begging and pleading, I'm down on my knees and he's ready to shoot and I'm practically pleased. So it's my destiny, I'm gonna get destiny. Somebody says, hey,
I don't know he could sing. That's really cool. I don't know, I think about that a lot. Like, most people have a really hard time processing the idea of death, right? And so if somebody dies that you know, it puts you in a space or in a reality or in a mode of thinking that you're not used to. The reality of death is very heavy. The reality of death is one that you can't escape if it's right in front of you, right? It is a reality, and it's something that we all have to face, whether it's somebody else dying or us dying. And most of the time we like to turn that feeling off. We like to not think about that. We don't think about the fact that the Bible is right when it says that we are not promised tomorrow, that our days are numbered. Everybody's going to die at some point. It's just true. And most of the time, naturally, it would be in your old age, but a lot of people die young. A lot of times we lose somebody close to us, or even you could die young. And it's a reality that we really don't like because it's painful and because it reminds us of our own mortality. It reminds us of our own impending death. But for me, I don't really fear death, and I don't fear the reality of death. I always joked as a teenager that my first date would be at a cemetery, and not because I'm weird. I'm not goth or like I don't pretend like death is cool. It's sad, but because the reality of death is a place where you're more willing to hear and you're more willing to have deep talks. And that's what this channel is all about, and that's what I've always been about, is deep talks. When you visit a cemetery, or when you're at a funeral, or when you're talking about the reality of death, you're talking about heavy, heavy things, and you're talking about things that go into infinity. You're talking about the absence of time. You're talking about what happens when you die. Now, I know personally that I have a saving relationship with Jesus. He died for me. That means that when I die, I don't really die. I move on to heaven with him. And for those of you that always question the things that I say, and you always take what I say and you say, well, you don't have any facts or you don't have any of this, go watch some of my other videos. Go watch some of my other videos, because that's where I talk about the facts. I'm just talking about the song. If you want facts, if you want to be argued with, or you want me to prove you wrong, go watch the other videos, because I don't think you have answers for those things. But it's true. And I think that Dax is touching on a subject that most people are afraid to touch on, and that's why it's so popular. You're going to die. And what do you think about that? What do you do with that? For me, I'm not afraid because I know I'm saved, because I know I have a saving relationship with Jesus. But what about you? Do you fear death? Why not? And why not?
These are my last words. That! Wish I could go back in time and revisit myself just to make me believe. I have these goals and these dreams in my mind that were mine that I'll never achieve. All of these gifts and these talents were given by God. I was blessed to receive. I was too busy worried about bitches and money and all of this shit that you people would think needed help with depression. All of my passive aggressions, I should have confessed. I learned my lesson. I didn't get nothing but sadness and fucked over all of my blessings. Fucking perfection. I should have walked on my own and I traveled in common direction just to be tricked.
Yeah, for real. I think that's something that I deal with a lot, is I constantly analyze the things that I do and think about how I could have done them better, and it leaves me always regretting. I'm always full of regrets because I want so badly to be somebody important or somebody who makes a difference in people's lives. And so I'm always questioning, like, well, how did I waste time here? Like, I spent so much time being stupid and wasting it on girls or drugs or money or alcohol. Like, those are things that I've wasted my time on instead of trying to make an actual difference. If I had 2 minutes, I'd probably say a lot of that stuff too. It's true. We live our lives in comfortability. We live for comfortability instead of living for purpose. And we say, well, I can make a difference tomorrow. I can make a difference in the world next week. I just need to I'm tired. I just want to relax. But tomorrow comes next week, and then next week becomes next year, and then next year becomes 10 years, and all of a sudden you look back on your life and you realize you haven't accomplished anything. And he says money's wasted because at the end of your life, you can't take your money with you. So even people who accomplish so much, they look back at their lives and they realize they climbed a ladder that didn't get them anywhere. As a pastor and as a Christian, I understand, and because the Bible says so, that if you're not living your life for the purpose that God gave to you, you're wasting everything, and nothing comes with you into the next life. It all depends on what you did with Jesus dying on the cross for you. Wish I would've never put my time into those people who were never trying to give it to me back. Wish I would've never put my heart into a woman that would break it and allow her just to have a second chance. Wish I would've let them see what I was really dealing with instead of trying to hide it on a motherfucking track and blow a milli just to prove that I'm a legend and to make it just to show them what it looks like when I get it right back. My last word. Dear God, not gonna lie, I might need your forgiveness. I knew that no one was watching, but in my last minute, I now know that you were a witness. So I'm repenting, now that it's sinning. Why? Because I need to make it to heaven. Born as a sinner, die as a winner. Period, just like the end of a sentence. I swear the devil is watching me. He tried to make me his prodigy. This is my fucking... I don't know, before I even comment on the Dear God part, there is that part of you that doesn't wish you would make everything right, but wishes you would have just not cared even more, right? There's the part where he's saying, Dear God, and talking about repenting and talking about getting right with God before he dies, but there's also the part right before that where he talks about, I wish I would have just done with my life whatever I wanted, because what's the point? I don't comment on that stuff a lot, but even as a pastor, even as like somebody who faithfully follows Jesus, those thoughts come. Like, those don't make you any less of a person. Like, those are normal. It's normal to sometimes just wish, like, everything was different. To sometimes just want to do what you want to do, but it doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make it right. And not that something's wrong with you when those thoughts come, but it depends on what you do with those thoughts. Right? Because doing whatever you want isn't going to accomplish anything. It's not going to get you anywhere, but living for God will. But I just wanted to say that those thoughts are normal, and those thoughts come, and it doesn't make you any less. Everybody has those thoughts, and if they tell you that they don't, they're lying. They're fake. Even the most mature Christians will look at their life and, like, sometimes you're just tired. But you do it anyways. Because it's not about feelings, it's not about whether or not you're tired, it's not about the energy you have, it's about truth. God is true, that's why you follow him, not because it always pleases you. Right? I get so many people commenting and messaging me and saying, well, if God's so great, why is life so bad for me? And I want you to understand that I don't have some secret deal with God. I don't have some special agreement with him that if I follow him, everything's going to be great, because there are a lot of things in my life that are not great. But I don't follow him because of what he does for me. I follow him because he saved me. I don't follow him because he makes me money or because everything works out when I follow him. Everything goes wrong a lot of the time. But you don't follow God for that. You follow him because it's true. You follow him because he saves you. You follow him because he doesn't always change the situation, but he changes you within the situation.
Apology. I don't want nothing but honesty. Heaven to hell, which is calling me.
30 seconds left. These are my last words.
And to the bitch that broke my heart, I just hope that you can sleep, knowing every single man you'll meet will never be like me. You can run, you can hide, but you will see me in your dreams on TV. That! Wish I could go back in time to my father, I didn't really mean it. Wish I could go tell my mom that I loved her and all of this money I got, I don't need it. Wish I could go to the church and I talk with the Lord in an effort to conquer my demons. I'm begging and pleading, I'm down on my knees and he's ready to shoot and I'm practically bleeding. Son's my destiny, I finna get destiny. Somebody please help me. These are my last words. Stats!
I think that'd be interesting. I dare you to write your own eulogy. I think that might help you understand where your priorities really lie. But for me, I'd tell you that you should think about your death. You should think about what happens after you die, because I don't agree that there is more than one way to heaven. I don't agree that there's more than one way to heaven. I don't agree that all ways lead to God, because they don't. Right? Just because you feel like you can become close to God without knowing Jesus doesn't mean that you are. The truth is that Jesus is the only way and that he died for you. But Jesus does want a relationship with you. And death is only scary for someone who doesn't know him. But for somebody who has a relationship with Jesus, you are offered everything. And this life is just a stepping stone to eternity. I think that's really cool. I think that it's awesome that Dex is so real about topics. Because the last one, Dear God, was so real about religion and so real about the hypocrisy in Christianity today. And then this one is so real about death. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope that you like it and subscribe and tell me what you want me to react to. And I don't know, I really enjoy making these videos for you guys, and I have some stuff that I'm working on personally that is going to come soon. But keep watching. If you're one of the people that loves to argue about God, go watch my other videos, because those are some good arguments. And if you are questioning on how to have a relationship with God, go message me on Instagram or Snapchat. And me and you can have a conversation. And I answer almost all of my messages. I try to get to all of them. But I'll see you guys later.